Hello there. This whole coronavirus situation has prompted a massive burst of innovation and diversification across many of our clients. We've had clients that have been selling one thing one day, and then the very next day they've been selling a whole host of different coronavirus related products. Now that's brilliant, but the question is what's going to happen next? Does these new products, these new markets, just like anything else, have a defined life cycle? You can see you've got that on the board here. And typically, it takes people 2 years plus to go through this process of developing products and getting to the growth stage and so on. But what's happened historically in 2 years or more has been happening within 2 months for some clients, and even 2 weeks for others that have literally gone through this whole process of market development, growth, maturity, and then decline in a very short space of time because of the shifting demands that coronavirus has resulted in. And so it's just a question of what you do next. You've got two choices. You can either let the thing fizzle out and decline, or you can choose to reinvigorate and extend the life cycle and maximise the profitability and value that you get, and make the line go upwards like this again. So I'm going to run through 3 key points, three key things that we need to look at in view of extending and maximising the profit and the value that you get from these opportunities. So the first thing you really need to do is look at where you are in this product life cycle. Are you in the growth stage still? Are you at maturity, or are you starting to decline? So have a good think about where you are in that process. And then it's just a question of looking at how can we extend things, how can we change the trend of this line and get sales either steadying out or increasing again. And it's a real question of just looking at this situation here with customers and suppliers. You can see you've got these dots here. These are like new customer relationships that you've built up. What we've found is that a lot of clients have started selling to customers that they never thought they would ever sell to, and not their core customer base. And so it's really a question of just looking at those customers and looking at your existing supply chain, looking at your current suppliers and saying, look, what new opportunities are there? What products are there that our current suppliers can supply us with that we can sell to these new customers on a more medium to long term basis? So really the second thing we need to look at is setting the direction and getting your housekeeping in order. So it's a question of looking at what is your strategy going to be, and running that past someone else, get someone else's feedback on it, make sure we're not doing anything crazy here. And then you need to look at getting the house in order, looking at things like branding. You might want to get a brand set up, look at setting up websites, domain names, etc. And then you need to look at protecting your IP. So you need to look at registering any relevant trademarks. And it's really important that you think carefully about doing that. You do it in the right way, because there's some brilliant tax opportunities that you can take advantage of if you do it in the right way. You need to look at your reporting as well. You need to look at separating out your core business and your new business. Then you need to look at separating those out in your financial reports. So the third thing we need to look at here is looking at splitting the entities if it's relevant. So ultimately, you might end up with a structure looking a bit like this, with your core business and your new business split into separate entities. And it's really important that you get that right and you take good advice on getting that structure set up in the right way. And then ultimately you'll have really clear, defined structure there, very clearly defined profitability, view of the profitability, both elements of the business. And the question will come, actually, can we focus on 2 different businesses at any one time? Probably not. So chances are you might want to look at disposing of or selling one of these businesses. And the fact that they're in separate entity means that you can really easily, simply and tax efficiently sell one side of the business off. And that way you'll have maximised the profitability and the value of what you can get out of this opportunity. And there is more to it than that, and we're going to be talking about this in more detail and how it all fits together in our Accelerating Business Value event on the 5th of August. If you haven't booked yet, you can find out more and book your place by clicking on the link below. Thank you.